Robin Stienberg. Welcome to my show again. And today we have a very special guest, and that is Jesus Blanco. He is the Chief Executive Officer for Imicom Media. And he's based in Dubai, and he's actually responsible for defining the vision and leading the group's long-term objectives and global business strategy. He oversees sales, finance, human resources, legal affairs, and commercial operations for the group, as well as Imicom's media network of brands including Bareface, Arabian Eye, Corbis, and more. And he has actually has a successful international career that spanned 12 years. And so Jesus, it's good to meet you here in our show. And so you have a very serious business in, back in Dubai, running a media company. Now, what kind of story do you have? How did you first start your company that's based in Dubai today and that's now so successful?
Okay, so I think that interesting to mention because Imicom Media as a group is a newly created group that has been established for only a year and a half. But our companies under the umbrella, they have been established in the market for several years, some of them 12 years, 13 years, 9 years. So it has a strong backing of establishment within the Dubai scenario. So as you mentioned, some of our companies, the business that we are involved from video production, stills production, talent management, stock photography. And we also do now a newly created joint venture with technology services for corporations. So the group started with the idea of bringing a platform that allows those companies already being established for quite a while a better path for growth, and as well as a place where we could actually create a pool talent and person in the same strategy and in a better direction for the market. Just to give you a little bit more perspective around the background, when I came to Dubai, I came from straight away from the US, and one of the things that you realize about the market is that it was a very fragmented market. I mean, everybody knows the story about Dubai in terms of how fluid and how much money was coming in and out consistently because of the boom times that Dubai experienced. All of those factors brought a lot of positive into the market, and incredible growth and incredible opportunity laid out on the table. But at the same time, it created a slight, extremely fragmented market because a lot of people, due to the opportunities, came to the market without necessarily having the right expertise and experience within the sector, which brought a lot of pressure in terms of pricing, competition, and everything around it. So one of the things that I spotted when we thought about the group is that we will be able to place those companies together in the same platform and creating those synergies that will help us to face the current challenges that we're going through at that particular time, after the new times, but more importantly, to be a better place for the opportunities in the years to come. And that's kind of like, in a snapshot, like the whole reason, the idea behind the group's establishment.
Now, what kind of strategies did you adopt while you were expanding the company and building it in Dubai? And how did you manage to expand and actually relate to other cultures?
I think the expansion for us, first of all, the expansion it comes sort of maybe in the second, third step. I think the first step was consolidating and the brands into the new platform and creating synergies between them and kind of compiling all the talent and making all our people, because our people are the most important axis of the group, working towards one single direction that makes us being able to expand properly. So now we are in this sort of process of finishing the consolidation and start being more ready for potential expansion towards different regions. So I mean, we are based in Dubai. We have business interests in Qatar, and we definitely want to keep growing into different markets there in the last couple of months. But I think that in order for us to really go into expansion, we needed to establish and consolidate the basis, which is pretty much what we've done last year and a half.
What kind of challenges do you face when you first built your business in Dubai? And what steps do you take to actually convince your partners that is the right thing to do, to innovate? And is innovation a key drive for the people in Dubai?
Well, I think first of all, my partners were extraordinarily well capable business people. They knew the market extremely well. Some of them pretty much created the market. And for instance, the talent management Fairface is the oldest and the most prominent model agency in talent management in the region, and it was created by one of our partners. And so therefore, they definitely had the experience and the capability to understand the changes that goes along with growth. For me, it was not necessarily a matter of convincing, it's more a matter of how to address that there was that moment, the right moment. And I think it wasn't difficult because we actually wasn't in the keynote that the doctor was saying regarding the S-curve of the companies. I explained clearly to everyone, especially to our partners, that each of our companies were in some of them in a very advanced scale with the S-curve of development in the company's products and services, and we were very close to reaching this disruptive moment of change that if we were not ready to make a change at that particular time, we would have been in a difficult situation without the need to be in a difficult situation. So that was clearly understood. We actually saw that the changes were going to help through the synergies for us to be in a much better position for the next 3 to 5 years and even longer. And definitely understanding that innovation is no longer what I call one moment in 5 years' time. Innovation has to be part of the DNA of any company that wants to be established in the next 50 years. And we have the oldest companies we have in the group has 14 years of establishment, and we want to have another 20 years, 30 years of establishment. We are still a small group growing, but we are aiming to keep growing and try to do things, especially not necessarily in terms of size, because size growing is not necessarily the most important thing. It's growing sustainable and bringing value. And I think there was all of that was needed in order for us to really actually be in this situation.
Now, talking about size, and the future itself, what's your secret of your success in able to adapt to change and innovate at the same time?
I think first of all, I'm very lucky because I have probably the most terrific group of people under my responsibility, and they definitely, we have the best people in each position in the market, which is very, if you know Dubai a little bit about the professionalism, you see that it's very difficult to find the right talent in the right places. So the skill set is not as easy to find as, for instance, you are in Europe, which I worked for a few years there in different places in Europe. I think that success, I personally, as a person, I describe success as not necessarily as how high you get into your career or goals within the company, but it's more about how many obstacles and hurdles you overcome along the way. Me personally, I have overcome a lot of them, and I think our companies, in order to be where they are today, have overcome a lot of them too. And our group is only 1 year and a half consolidation after we joined forces of all of these companies, and we already have overcome quite a few obstacles. That makes us feel that we've done a good job. Obviously, doing a good job for me is not enough. We have to do extraordinary years in the past year.
Once again, Jesus, thank you for joining us here at National Girls' Choice, sharing with us your success. And before we go, what's the future like for Dubai for the next 5 years?
Oh my God.
I mean, what do you see in your own perception? Will there be more innovation? Will there be more opportunities and infrastructure which the government will be introducing? Any initiatives that?
Well, I mean, I'm not involved in government and in Dubai, but from a humble opinion, I think that Dubai is a city that has something unique, and it's something that is very difficult to replicate. Dubai has reached and accomplished something that not only another city has in 15 years, which is a global reach and a global understanding about who they are and what it can offer. So it's a global city, and 20 years ago it was a non-city. That's a remarkable story itself. I think that just because of that, and also because it's in a very strategic position, geographically talking, in the Middle East, providing stability that no other place in the Middle East can provide. You put them together two things that at least bring some sort of clear understanding that the future is there. You have access to cash, and you also have stability for the cash to be invested. And you have something that is, for me, the most important thing, which is that Dubai has created a lifestyle that brings people's interest into the region, and not only to do business, but also to establish their lives with their family. So all of these things are definitely intangible assets that are as important as any FDI micro-level indicator, because it will make maybe your cousin and my cousin or any relative of ours to say, oh, I live in Dubai and establish my business or working in a company. I think that the political instability definitely will be a factor and to watch, and not to go really in depth about this, but obviously having this instability in Arab Spring also between the relationship between Israel and Iran, being Iran as a strong holder of investors in Dubai can also affect. But I think that overall, I think that Dubai has future. I think there's no doubt on my side. Let's continue from now.
So thanks for your insights, and thanks for your presence here at the National Girls' Choice. Thank you for joining me here at the National Girls'